Hi there. I want to talk to you a little bit this evening about gratitude. Actually, I want to talk to you about the method I use to overcome fear and anxiety and stress and depression. And all of that stems from fear. Those negative emotions can affect us psychologically, mentally, physically, make us sick in every way, make us unhappy. And I want to share with you how I am able on a day-to-day basis to overcome these negative energy. Fear is a very normal part of life. In the Bible, there's so many instances where the Christian Bible says, God says, do not fear, do not be afraid, do not fear. So that when I read that, it tells me that God knows that as humans we are going to be plagued with this fear. All kinds of fear of being broke, fear of losing our jobs, fear of being sick, fear of losing our loved ones to death, fear of losing our spouse, all kinds of fears. Okay, we're plagued with, and so we have to find a way to conquer or at least deal with this fear on a regular basis to get it under control. And my number one method is gratitude. So when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is my eyes pop open, of course. I realize I'm awake, I'm alive, and God kept me through the night. So I say, thank you, God, for another wonderful day. Thank you for a good night's sleep. Thank you for a new day. Every morning I sometimes I say it aloud, sometimes I say it in my mind, but every morning I say that. So I start the day out with gratitude. And then when I make a hot cup of tea, I thank God for that. I thank God for the shoes that I put on my feet, the socks, the clothes. I thank God for now I have a dog. I thank God for the dog. I thank God for my hobby. I thank God for my friends. I thank God for my business. I thank God for money to pay the bills, money to save, money to help others. I just throughout the day gave God thanks, expressing gratitude for the simplest things, that I can move my fingers, that I have 10 fingers, 10 toes, that I can walk, that I can stand, that I can hear, that I can speak. All these things that we take for granted, I just give God thanks. And that helps to put things in perspective. And there's no way that we can be stressed and worried and fearful if we are thankful. Because what that does for me is helps me to realize that things could be so much worse. So what you're seeing in this picture is a sunset. I thank God for the sunset. Night is coming, and I thank God for night, because then I can rest. I can relax and get myself ready for a new day. And also, our bodies heal, our minds heal, our bodies heal during the night when we're sleeping. Healing takes place. So I thank God for the night. I thank God for family. I thank God for friends. I just keep giving God thanks. And that helps to put things in perspective and decrease my anxiety, my stress, my depression, my fears. So gratitude is the cure. It works for me, and I encourage you to give it a try. One thing that I incorporated in my daily life some years ago when I was in a crisis, in 2012, mental, emotional, spiritual crisis, I started journaling. So I have a book, and if I ever feel depressed or anxious or fearful, I whip out my journal, my little book, and I start writing. I like to remember when things weren't going so good and how God delivered me. I like to look back at where I was and where I am now, puts things in perspective. And I write it down. God, I remember when I was in crisis in 2012. I was fearful, I was anxious, I was depressed, but now this is where I am because you've delivered me. So that helps me, and then each day I will write 10 things or 20 things or 50, whatever number is necessary to get me out of that fear and anxiety and stress and depression. That's what I do. I write it down. I write down what I'm grateful for. I spell it out. Sometimes you look at it and it looks like an essay, like a story. Okay? When I remember where I was and where I am now and what God has done for me. When I remember that so many people go to their beds tonight hungry. When I remember that some people don't have food, don't have a bed, they're homeless. Then I know I have much to be thankful to God for. And it helps me not to complain or feel sorry for myself. So gratitude, an attitude of gratitude, expressing gratitude in writing, verbally and in your mind, helps to get you out of that rut and make you a more joyful person. Okay? Take care. God bless you.